All right, there we go. Yep, that's better. All right, filters. Turn this off. Close. There we go. All right, awesome. Let's this. Okay. There we go. All right, let's do this. Well, that's a pretty good option to start right there. So, we do have an option for a possible 1 HP elite. We actually have a very weird option for a potential burning elite being 1 HP, and they go up here, and then we only get a third shot in one fight. I don't think that's actually very good, though. I think we lose out too much on things for that to be good. Although, on the flip side, this isn't a half bad path to go down and consider possibly hit the shop here at the end. So let's do that. A couple of early events, maybe get a card or two, maybe get a little bit of gold or a card or two. 3 pretty good cards. I think I'm going to take the Feel No Pain here. Actually, no. Feel No Pain doesn't really do anything for us at this time. Same with the Dark Burst. We will take Cleave. Cleave is the best of those 3 for sure. Upgrade card. We can upgrade the Cleave. Colorless Potion. Very good. Sever Soul. It's a bonk card. It's not terrible. We'll take it. No 1 HP elite option, which is fine. I think we can take a Hemokinesis here. Yeah, it's alright. Alright, let's see what we get here. I'm going to use this to keep searching. Do we want a dropkick? Dropkick on a vulnerable target is +1, is +5 damage, +8 damage on a regular 8 damage +9 damage. 7 +7 damage on a regular basis. +7 damage for 1 card is pretty alright. We'll go this way and get the upgraded. That is +6. This is +5. It's not terrible. Next turn is going to suck a little bit. But if I draw a second strike, it won't matter. If I draw any of my attack cards, which is very high. Yep, excellent. The courier, it is very early. I think we can afford to take a feed. It's just 1 single strike that does 10 damage, so that's not terrible. block and take only 4 here. And if I draw any strike this upcoming turn, I just win. Oh, we get the feed value. Excellent. Distilled Chaos, a very good card. I don't think we need any more offense ability right now, especially these are not particularly good at what we're dealing with. Dreamcatcher is interesting. I have a sneaky suspicion that I am going to be sleeping at some point in the future. Now the real question is, do we want to try and take on the Burning Fleet? We have 2 really good potions. Some good offensive cards. I think we can go for it. I think that'll probably serve us the best. No. Got the feed off very early, which is good. Apotheosis is pretty good here. Flash of Steel is quite appealing. Could have actually taken 0 damage that turn. That's fine. We have large enough sums of health that it really doesn't matter that much. Of course, this is the turn that I draw 0 defense cards. A pretty alright set of turns. I'll take a Flame Barrier. I think that's a fine card to get here. If this is anything other than... Both of these fights are actually fine for me. This is the best one. Yeah. I want to get another crack at feed here. That's 18 damage. Maybe slightly short. Got the feed value. Centennial Puzzle's really good. Power through a lot of cards right now. I am willing to take a power through, though. A Rupture is a fine card to have, though. Makes it cheaper. Well, then. These are both extremely good. Toolbox is alright, but I think we'll do this. Mhm. Because I want to get that feed. Where's the feed? Disarm is an amazing card to have. We're gonna smith the. I think we will smith the disarm first, because specifically against this, disarm is particularly good. This is just unfortunate. Disarm. Rupture. Hemokinesis. Three times 2. That, get rid of the garbage. Times 6. That real quick. Take a bit of a beating this upcoming turn. I think I live? Nope, exactly dead. New run. I think I misplayed that a little bit. No 1 HP burning elites. Or elites in general. This is a pretty good road over here. What's the boss? Okay. Still chaos. We can take a twin strike here. It's not too bad. I will absolutely gain some gold for some money. I'll take a Fiend Fire. Do I want a Hemokinesis? I think I do want a Hemokinesis. No. It's fine. Liquid Memory. Against Guardian. And these hallway fights, I will take an Iron Blade. Headbutt's really, really good, but... like a Shrug. Shrug's pretty good. Fiend Fire. It's the biggest upgrade of them all. Excellent. If I could get Fiend Fire this turn, that would be very, very good. Indeed it is. Excellent. Alright, blood vials, okay. Do I want the armaments, or do I want a second shrug? Second shrug isn't bad. I want to hold off for another card, however. We get a fairly defensive setup already. I think if we don't take it, we take armaments. We're going to be going for an upgrade and another elite fight. In either of those elite fights, the shrug is okay. In one, the shrug is great. In the other one, it's okay. I'll take a second shrug. But we will be smithing the Iron Wave as it is 4 stats instead of 3 stats. Question card is very, very good. We want to be taking as many fights as we can. The shrug is a good pickup here. Alright, this will deal 40. Unfortunately, not sufficient to kill it. This will only do 17, which is not enough for that either. Certainly, I could play this and then do 30. But I don't really like getting rid of these cards, but it saves me 10 health and probably a lot of headache later as well. That's a very good draw. Alright. I'll take that. That's not a bad set of cards to have in the draw pile. I believe next turn I will be also have Distilled Potion. I do, in fact, also have Distilled Potion, yes. If I get into a bad jam. Excellent. There are very few cases, I think, in this fight where playing Distilled Chaos will save me more than 12 hit points. Because if Distilled Chaos isn't going to save me 12-ish hit points, then it's less good than a block potion. And a block potion is a lot less good than a distilled chaos potion, generally speaking. I also have a lot of health. I will be going to a shop, and I have options of question marks and fights next. So I also have Blood Vial, so I will be able to kind of sustain through any little bits of damage here. I have more than half, so I'm not too concerned. Unlikely I draw nothing here. Yep, there we go. There we go. Excellent. Speaking of hit points. Nice. Alright. A good card is absolutely the Second Wind. So is the Anger, though not into this boss specifically. These are not good into this boss, but they are good after the boss. Second Wind, in particular, being very good. Anger helps with our damage output. But the Second Wind is less common, and I think we'll take it. We have 300 gold, so let's see here. I kind of like this position of we take the Red Skull and the Medical Kit. Medical Kit will help us in a lot of cases in the future, though not necessarily right away. The Eternal Fellow is nice, but I don't think we actually... Resting is now not a terrible option with nearly 90 health. I kind of like the idea of having Red Skull and Medical Kit. As much as I would like the Impervious or the Double Tap, I don't think that they are particularly useful for this deck at this time. We will remove a card for 7 HP, absolutely. Another chest, the Courier, is very welcome. We have a question card, so we are going to want more cards. I dislike this play, but I also think it's better than that play. I can take him out with traditional means. Nine, 18. 14 is 32. Duplication potion, good. Sever Soul is not really a card I need. Rupture does not do enough. Rupture actually doesn't do anything. Infernal Blade is not terrible. Might be worth taking, actually. May, in fact, actually be worth upgrading, too. It was indeed worth upgrading. Worth it. I'll just take 10 here. Oh, that is not desirable. All those defense cards, and that's all I hadn't ended up pulling. There we go. Full blocking. Should have duped that, actually. I do 30 damage again. Actually do less damage doing that. That was dumb. I do in fact block more if I do that. Ah, now we have strength. Excellent. Block 15 this turn. I'm willing to take 5 damage here. Three 9s at this point is actually quite good. I'm down to 7. Yep, that's pretty good. 24 damage. Yeah. For 4 of my own, that's a pretty good trade-off. I'll take it. Down 8. Still above 20. Just a slow grind on our way down to victory. I have lethal next turn. Absolutely. Victory. Didn't even break a sweat for that one. All right. So we have the skills to play for corruption to grab right now, and we can kind of fill out our deck to support it. It's an immediate upgrade dead, obviously. Double tap is a nice card in general. Limit break is, of course, useful if you're strength, and bludgeon is pretty good as well. I think it's corruption here. It's the only one that kind of helps us. Like, bludgeon is fine because of the big bonk factor, but it's not good enough in Act 2, I think, a lot of the time. So we'll take the corruption. Is it a busted crown? Can no longer obtain potion is a big downside, but this is too good to... This is just not worth it a lot of the time. Not gaining gold is pretty rough. Especially considering that we want to be getting into a lot of fights because the courier and the question card, those both play into fights. Blood Vial plays into fights, so does the Red Skull. These all play into going into fights. Which, going into fights, means that we get potions. Means that we get potions, we get gold, we get question, and we get cards. Which of those do we want to give up for the extra energy? Furthermore, we do have question card, which means that Busted Crown is less bad in one way of thinking. Potions are not... I just don't want to not get potions. They are too important, especially for the later portions of the game. And not getting money is pretty rough. I think we go Busted Crown here, actually. Alright, we do not want this early shop. We can consider this Burning Elite, although it's going to be after an Elite every time, which is pretty rough. So, I think we're going to go this way. And then go from there. Oof. Taking 5 is not that bad. Okay. Interesting. Put the shrug in the front here. Send him to the ground. And full block this. Do I just play the corruption here? And then twin strike this? I think I do, actually. Just prepare for the offensive following turns. Oof. I need 4 hits to knock him down, so we'll do this one here. Takes 7 only. That's good. All right. That works out pretty well. Knock it down. All right, birds. Looks like met your match. Do we want a battle trance? I think we do. I think I would love a battle trance instead. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Not a bad turn. No matter how I slice it, this hand kind of sucks. So we're just gonna do this. Knock him down a good little chunk, and try to just keep everything rolling. There we go. Fire potion. I'll take that over the exhaust potion. Sword boomerang is tempting here. I also could have considered the what's it called? The limit break with the red skull. Now that I think about it a little bit, but I think we can take the sword boomerang just because it fits in kind of well. All right, that's pretty rough, but we'll take it. Transform a card. We will transform a defensive strike. In this case, I think rupture is pretty good. Unfortunately, not very useful for us at this time. We'll play a corruption so that we can walk mostly indefinitely. Or mostly with impunity, I should say. Alright, only a measly 10 damage. This would be 40, 52, that's fine. For 10 damage and a vulnerable next turn, I'm getting a second win. Next turn. So if it isn't sufficient to kill, which it is not, I will throw a firebomb at it. Shockwave. Yes. Yes. I think I want to rest here, actually. I'm slightly above half, but that's fine. I will probably lose a few hit points here. Shrug. Shockwave. That take a simple 6. Put me into the fun times. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 13. Is not enough to kill this. I'll strike on. This is sufficient for that. Yeah, I'll take care of it in a second. That does more. This would be 39, which is fine for the damage I'm looking to do here. All right, and then we get the victory. Fear Potion's a good pickup. Bronze a little bit less good. Sentinel is an amazing card to pick up here. I think I can absolutely go for this Elite and then go for some other stuff afterwards. Absolutely. All right. I will be right back. Okay. Let's see. Ugh. I mean, that's enough to kill that, but Sneaky Strike's gonna just ruin me. Well, let's do this. If I throw this on him, that takes Hopefully, it's not. Nope, it is. Okay. Do that and hope that's enough to keep going. No need to play that this turn. Duplication potion. Play this twice. I take 1 damage. That's fine. We're gonna run out of cards real fast. Run out of options real fast if I don't do that. I think I'm dead anyways here, unfortunately. Nope, I live with 4. Alright. Skin of our teeth right now. Let's skip that. I'll take a Maw Bank. And rest here. Take this fight. That way we get another rest up a little bit further. That's fine. All right. Yeah, hefty amount of damage there, but this does 15 3 times, which is exactly enough. Very good. True Grit has some upgrade debt associated with it, so we're not doing that. I kind of want to get an upgrade in if I can, but I also need a rest. We'll go this way and hope that we get something a little bit more manageable. All right, 50 gold for nothing isn't too terrible. We'll rest here and then go for an upgrade at the following camp if we can. All right, this fight shouldn't be too horrible for us. It's a bit of an unfortunate sword boomer set of sword boomerangs, but that's all right. 6 block, yeah. All right, Red Skull activate, very good. This absolutely gets rid of him. I was slightly off. I thought I was gonna do another 13 damage. Miscalculated. 37 health at the next fight is manageable, but not ideal. Fruit juice, nice. Neither of those are appealing here. 37 health. I think I can make 37 health work. It's not ideal. 39 health. 39 health work. It's the Brahma's automaton, so an extra 28 for the chip early on is a little bit more desirable. I'm probably going to take a bit of damage setting up the corruption, but I have the plus energy, so it might be able to be okay. If I do upgrade, I'm just going to be upgrading corruption. I think upgrading the corruption saves me enough health. Alright. We get ads over on Twitch. We're going to hold off on that. Wait for them to be back. And in that time, I'm going to go get myself a drink. Okay. We're gonna do this. Get ourselves that bonus strength and get rid of one of the artifacts. Now this is gonna grab our corruption and our fiend fire, which is actually just perfectly fine, I think. It's not grabbing the fiend fire. Yeah, so this will have the corruption. That's the Infernal Blade. Interesting. Okay. As well. Doesn't yield much for me to not do that there. Alright. Shrug. Shrug. Battle Trance. Strike. I'm gonna leave that open for right now. And I think that I should actually just do this. In our 10. Just to block things off. So I can grab the corruption whenever I want. Which I actually want to grab it now. Because I have the perfect opportunity to play it. Now he's going to do a bucket of damage to me right here. Infernal Blade. Now, I don't think I live, unfortunately. No, I don't. Nope, I'm dead. Should have taken that rest. All right. One moment, please. My daughter complained. It's just that she just doesn't want to brush her teeth. Sure. Yeah. No. I'm not doing Runic Dome. Alright. Potential 1 HP elite here into another elite into a burning elite. But we also have another opportunity here to go double camp. Double camp is not terrible either. I actually kind of like this path over here a little bit more. We do this, we are guaranteed to pretty much always be removed. Not always, but pretty much always. I don't mind the clothesline into the Guardian here. I also do like the shrug into the Guardian, so I think we'll take the Clothesline because it helps the elites. Pretty much always removing here. Blood for blood isn't a bad pickup, however. I think I'll take the blood for blood. Alright, I will take a couple hits here for this. Gremlin Horn is a very good pickup here. A little bit of HP recovery, Liquid Memories, and another card. I really like this Headbutt. Maybe? No. But it was worth the hope. Uppercut is a good pickup here, even though we already got the Clothesline. Yeah. We'll even upgrade. Do we want to upgrade the Blood for Blood or the Uppercuts? I think because we have the Bash and the Clothesline, we can put off the Uppercut upgrade for the Blood for Blood upgrade, which is plus 6 damage, so that's pretty decent. We're going to be getting a good number of upgrades if we go that route over there, so we can go for that. Kind of hoping for a Blood for Blood here. Yes, we got it. And we can grab ourselves the Blood for Blood for free here and just get that kill. We do not want any of that trash. This is a fight that scares me a little bit. But we do have Gremlin Horns. That might be able to save us. Alright. For 2, we can get rid of somebody for sure. We need to get rid of the one that costs, that has more health. This one to get rid of something that's a little bit larger as well. We can play 5 block and be down only by 2 HP. Pretty good. Get rid of this guy for that, and then strike him for 4, and we're pretty much set up the next turn to always get the kill. I'm a lot less poor than I thought because I forgot about Gremlin Horns. We don't actually ever need area damage again. We will take out things in 1 to 2 damage, usually on about 2 energy. I do like the Metallicize with the self-foaming clay. The Inflame is a little bit early for this deck. We don't really benefit from Inflame particularly well here. Same with Barricade. Far too early for Barricade. I think Metallicize is a fine card to have here. And now we want the skills because they will always be upgraded. Since we're lacking block, I'll take the Metallicize. We'll drive the Clothesline into him. So he only does 15 this turn. Blood for Blood is mighty tempting here, but Metallicize is probably the better play. It will give me 12 block over the course of a little bit. I'll do Blood for Blood and block here, so we just don't take quite as much. 44 on -2 strength is a little bit of a pain, but definitely doable. Should play the Headbutt first, actually, so then we wouldn't be drawing a strike into a strike. But that's okay, because we get the kill anyways. Well, an Impervious is certainly a good pickup right here. Should have attacked the guy in the back to allow myself to worry about whether or not I was going to get. And now I think I actually use this here. Actually insufficient still. Well, on the bright side, took very little damage overall. True Grit Plus is a nice card, I think. I'll full block here. There we go. That is blocking for 3. That's block for 4. That's block for full. Just so I don't have to see it again. Just so that I take 0. I'm going to try and preserve my hit points here. There we go. Bloodletting is a good card, especially with the number of large cards that I have. Yeah. And we'll smith the clothesline, just so that he doesn't do a whole lot of damage to me even more longer. Do I have the damage output with this? Yes, I think I do. Because this doing 33 is enough. Taking 6 here, so I take significantly less the following turn is definitely worth it here. I'm only taking 4 here. Ah, there we go. Blood Lane for an extra 6 damage is not really worth it. I think his hand is fine. Oh, thanks, Rexy, for the lurk. Appreciate it. Puts me very close to dead, but it's fine. Gain 4 at the end of every thing anyways. Weaken for the rest of the thing that matters here. Full blocking. Alright, dealing 12. Actually could have played the other strike there. That's fine. I got blood for blood coming up, so I'm fine here. Go strike. Strike. Blood for blood, and then we get rid of the bloodletting because we're not going to play it for the rest of this fight. Alright. This is a little unfortunate, but I have to play Impervious this turn, and then we headbutt the True Grit back. Yes. Five, 14, 18. Yep. All right. There's a 50% chance that we just win here. It's 14. And then we win next turn. Perfect. Alrighty. So Offering is a hell of a card. We don't have any real way to make Reaper or Fiendfire particularly amazing, although Fiendfire is amazing in and of itself. But we don't need damage right now. We need, well, we do need some damage. We need a way to cycle. An Offering Plus is just too good to turn down. Runic Pyramid is a good way of making sure that we are able to just play out cards that we want. And then we're looking for an exhaust engine, such as Fiendfire or Second Wind. Burning Blood and Philo Stone. +1 strength on all enemies is really not that terrible. It sucks a little bit, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But Runic Pyramid is the best boss relic for sure. So. Alright. Where is there a late game shop? There's not a late act shop. But I do want to try and get more money out of this mob bank. It has only given us 72 gold so far. That is not very good. So I think we go like fight, question, question, fight, fight. We're gonna have an elite no matter what, and I kind of like this one here a little bit more. So we'll start here, and hopefully things go a little bit more our way. I'm gonna drink this now. I feel like I'm gonna. Metallicise coming up is pretty good here. Rid of one of the defense. Play the strike to get rid of it. Take 1 damage here. Perfect. And then we can go for the good old... Actually, I think we just play 1 defense. Clothesline here. I'm not going to bother losing the extra 6 health for this. I can just go for the bash. The headbutt. Explosive Potion is not terrible. Rupture is not a card that we can use at this time. Well, it does give us a form of scaling with the Bloodletting and the Offering, which lets us scale pretty hard on the cycle with it. Yes, and it being plus makes it kind of worth it, actually. Upgrade all my garbage. That's very, very welcomed. That sucks. Alrighty. Like 6 here to do that. Get rid of one guy. He's dead next turn. Alright, that works out well. Just play double defend here. I'm okay with playing blood for blood for 2 in this case right now. I don't need to take any damage here, so I'm not going to. So I can just do that. Dexterity potion. Alright. Don't need any of this. Oh gosh. Play one of the defense just to get rid of it. I blocked 12 on the opening turn, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it blocks half almost. This blocks 2 of 3. Alright. Get some of that going. This should kill. Does not. It almost does. It does with this. This does not kill, but it does with this. Blood for blood. And then we play 1 block for full block. Go. We go impervious and blood for blood. So we get 3 cards here. Excellent. We get uppercut and strike. Very good. Skip this. Hope that's not stabby book. Oh boy, here we go. We're in trouble. Take 1 hit of damage here. Alright. Blocking for full here. Alright. We make it through. Vajra, we like that. Flame barrier, I'll take one of those. Oh, no, we rest. Absolutely, we rest. 40 HP is enough that I can absolutely take this fight. $2034, yeah, absolutely here. Pull that back to the front. I'm blocking 24, 5 damage. Yeah, that's fine. Oh boy. Get out of here. Alright. Really? $39? Let's just do a full block here. Okay, there we go. Alright. An extra 4 damage. There we go. Am I just dead here? I think I'm just dead anyways. Yeah, just dead anyways. Exactly dead. Damn. Damn. I can't get out of Act 2 tonight. Not really. I've got a bit of a headache today. I think I'm just gonna... I think I'm gonna call it tonight and mess around with a little bit in Owlbear. See if I can get that thing to work permanently and properly. Alright, so that's gonna be it for me tonight, guys. Thank you very much for swinging by. Everyone that did, appreciate y'all. And yeah, until next time, have a good day. Hopefully a little bit more luck for me on Wednesday. Cheers.